Researchers have revealed that high-fat food may affect the immune system's ability to respond to infection, leading to adverse health outcomes. Good day, viewers. Welcome back to DDM Health News Updates on our program, Your Health, Your Wealth. Now, I will remind you guys to subscribe to our YouTube channel, that is Diaspora Digital Media, popularly known as DDM, to get the latest on health. So, what's the latest in town? The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has foiled popular social media influencer Martins Olsen, widely known as VeryDarkMan, over his comments on the recent raid carried out by the agency in major open drug markets across the country. NAFDAC said the activist statements were capable of inciting public disobedience against regulatory operations carried out to rid the country of harmful and substandard medicines. The agency was reacting to a video making rounds on social media in which the activists alleged that some traders in the open drug market are being asked to pay 700,000 naira before they can reopen their shops. But in a statement on Monday, NAFDAC's Director General, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, said the law enforcement agencies had been alerted to investigate any possible violation of this Cybercrime Act by the influencer. Adeyeye also accused the activist of undermining its regulatory authority by using urging traders to resist the agency's control measures, particularly following the closure and cleanup of the bridgehead market in Onitsha, Anambra State. In the meantime, what this perpetrator has done is that he has openly told his audience to defy the regulatory processes of NAFDAC following the enforcement operation carried out under the Office of the National Security Advisor. The agency will not allow, or rather, will allow the law enforcement agencies to determine whether he is in violation of any laws, particularly with regards to the making of videos that may be considered insightful, the professor stated. The NAFDAC DG said it had been drawn to misleading information in videos trending online and warned that the incitement of traders to resist lawful enforcement could pose a threat to national health and safety. It is pertinent to note that the remaining few shops whose owners have already refused to come forward for identification are the ones with outrightly banned narcotics, according to our database. The cartel, along with their co-conspirators, are the ones creating incitement to divert attention from the real issues to escape the long arm of the law for the heinous crimes being committed against humanity.
Alright, so this is my first time in Anambra State. I've never been here before. And a very important thing brought me here. Now what brought me here is the extortion and what I call stealing from NAFDAC. And I want to call them out so that they will stop. Because what you people are doing here is evil and a very big extortion. And from this video here, we will put up on a must stop. There's no two ways about it. Now what happened in this market? This is the biggest drug market in Nigeria, am I right?
Yeah. West Africa, South.
West Africa.
Yeah.
Right. Now what happened? NAFDAC came here in February to shut it down.
February 8th.
February 8th to shut it down. This market has over 5,000 shops.
Yes.
Right, listen. Over 5,000 shops. They locked it because they claim that they found fake products. Right. Now, after 2-3 months, the people said, please, it is not all of us that you found fake products with. You understand? Not all of us carry fake products. Why would you now lock all the shops? Which also does not make sense. But at the end of the day, these people stayed about 2 months 2 months, 4 months, 3 months. Boys down, they spent over 2 months in their houses, nothing to do, the market was blocked.
3 good months.
Eventually, NAFDAC came. NAFDAC came and said, okay, you are going to pay 500,000 if you want us to open your shops. After 500, they moved it to 700.
After 2 weeks,
Even me went in again for passing. Calm down. Now, yes, they came and said, pay 500,000 and we'll open your shops for you. Now, this is the first question. NAFDAC, for you people to say they should pay 500,000, does that mean you are giving them a guarantee to go and produce more fake drugs? That's the first question.
That's the point.
If truly they carry fake drugs, where are the people that you caught?
Yes.
Are you not supposed to prosecute them? Why the people that are selling the original drug will continue their business? Yes. So you shut down a big market like this that supply drugs for Nigerians that are sick in the hospitals for your selfish interest and for stealing, because this is stealing. Now, as I speak to you now, a lot of shops are locked, and I'll take you around the market. Because you have to pay 700,000.
Example, this
Now,
one.
this is a receipt of one person. And a lot of them here also have receipts of what they are paying. And if you don't pay, you cannot enter the market or you cannot use your shop.
Yes.
My problem now is this. Why I came to this market is this. I came to this market today not because of the 700,000, but because I know that if you let them collect this one now, they will come back again after 2 years to close this market and sit down this to pay 700,000. And that is stealing. Now that you can't do this, the only way you will do this, I will engineer these people to sue you people now.
Yes.
They'll bring their representative, they'll take you to court.
Yes.
You provide the people that sold fake drugs, you prosecute them, and this extortion of collecting 700,000 will not work.
Yes. It will not work.
The mistake you people made, wait. The mistake, I will blame all of you in this market. They said, bro, I will blow you.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
The mistake these people made, I had over 1,000 people have paid. Now, if you calculate 700,000 times 1,000, you know what will be that? Wait.
What is billion?
Wait.
Your phone cannot calculate itself.
Wait. Now, all these people now don't pay. That's the fuck up they do. Because when you pay, you give them no mind. People don't understand on the ground. When I carry lawyers, when I don't pay, this injustice will not happen. Because this is injustice. And this is stealing. Now, we'll go around the market. Like I said, this is one receipt. Everybody here will open their shop, get their receipts. On 700,000 that they pay. Why? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I am think this. Yes. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now you see the problem I have. I don't like to play tribal card, but I'll play it now. What is the tribal card? For North, when I just stay, there are killings. Allegedly by the headsmen. You never ever go wrong when they say cow. This was the self-drugs. I believe, yes, me self agree. So there's no way you will not see people that sell fake drugs. But it will not be all of them that sell fake drugs. Do you understand? So I'm calling on the authorities and I'm calling on NAFDAC. Open their shops for them. Else, there'll be a protest or go break all the doors. Go break all the keys. We'll give you time. All the people don't pay, no problem. But the many people cannot pay. If not, we go do the protest land in Anambra. This is my first time in Anambra. I'm supposed to have my wait. We'll give you 2 days. We cannot open it in 2 days. Listen to me, nobody should pay again. Wait. We will not come back now. If they go arrest everybody, all of us better say. That's the end. Now let's go around the shop. Let's see. Now come here.
All law-abiding citizens are enjoyed to go about their legitimate businesses, while the main chance of death, who are responsible for falling insecurity and peddling of fake medicines in Nigeria, will be finished out and dealt with by the law. Hmm. Also speaking, Adeyeye said, NAFDAC remains committed to ensuring that medicine and medical devices in the country meet acceptable standard for safety and quality. I support that. NAFDAC will continue to ensure that all medical products, medicine, vaccines, medical devices, and others being used in Nigeria are of good quality, safe, and efficacious. We will continue to provide assurance that these commodities are well monitored to avoid the deaths of pregnant women and children, and also to improve the quality of life and life expectancy of the citizenry while reducing the incidence of untimely death of adults living with chronic diseases such as hypertension, diabetes, and others. Also, NAFDAC is working within purview of her mandate, the DG stated. Well, NAFDAC recently carried out enforcement operations in open drug market in Idumota, that's Lagos, and also Ariaria, Aba, and Bridgehead, Onitsha, where it removed substandard, expired, and banned drugs worth over 1 trillion naira. Gosh, this is too much. Between February 9 and March 27, 2025, the agency raided multiple warehouses, shops, and distribution points in the affected markets, leading to the destruction of large quantities of force-filled narcotic medicines and unregistered products. They really tried. According to NAFDAC, none of the premises met the minimum requirements for good storage and distribution practices, and none had valid registration from the Pharmacy Council of Nigeria. So sad. All the warehouses, shops, and parking stalls in the three open drug markets mentioned did not meet the minimum requirements. You can imagine. More importantly, there was no proof of registration, a clear contravention, violation of the pertinent extant law of the Federation. Yes. Also, the NAFDAC board said the crackdown was part of its routine surveillance duties as mandated by the Act establishing the agency, which empowers it to regulate the importation, manufacture, distribution, and sale of medical and consumable products. She also cited the Counterfeit and Fake Drugs and Wholesome Processed Foods Act, which prohibits the sale of drugs in markets, kiosks, and motor parks, among others. Following interventions by state governments, Adeyeye said traders affected by the market's closure were given a moratorium to relocate to a coordinated warehouse center where their activities could be monitored. She also confirmed that the Bridgehead Market was reopened on March 9, 2025, and that over 2,500 traders with 3,500 shops had returned after undergoing regulatory procedures. Wonderful. The NAFDAC boss noted that the agency would continue to partner with security agencies to identify and prosecute those who peddle fake and dangerous medicines, warning that no amount of online influence would derail the enforcement of its mandates. Wow. Next, researchers have revealed that high fat food may affect the immune system's ability to respond to infection, leading to adverse health outcomes. The researchers, Emily Bowles and Gabriel Enthrop, who published their findings in the Journal of Immunology, noted that the high-fat diet impacted the function of neutrophils, one of the first immune cells to respond to bacteria or viruses, affecting their ability to fight infections. The new study titled High Fat Diet Feeding Impairs Neutrophils Phagocytosis, Bacteria Killing and Neutrophil Induced Hematopoietic Regeneration showed that diet induced obesity caused obesity related diseases, including increased susceptibility to infection. According to the World Health Organization, being overweight and obese are abnormal or excessive fat accumulation that increases the risk of non-communicable diseases. Yes. It's noted that the rate of obesity worldwide continues to grow in both children and adults. The study noted that obesity can be diet-induced over time when a person consumes more calories than they use, exacerbated by a diet high in fats and sugar. Also, recently, obesity has come to be associated with chronic low grade inflammation, which contributes to obesity related diseases, including increased susceptibility to infection. Also speaking, Punch Healthwise earlier reported that children with iron deficiency and poor sleep were at higher risk of obesity. So please, how often does your child take a sleep? Do they take a break and go for a sleep and take a nap? So these are things you have to check to avoid obesity. Also, the Nigeria Hypertension Society further revealed that dietary, lifestyle, and obesity were responsible for the rising hypertension rates in the country. You can imagine. Furthermore, a 2024 report projected that by 2035, the global adult obesity rate would surpass 1.53 billion, not even million, billion. The study demonstrated that male mice failed a high fat diet to induce obesity had increased white blood cells numbers. Despite these numbers, the white blood cells had indications of immature or aged cells and showed an impaired ability to kill bacteria. Also, the researchers further noted that the link between chronic inflammation and increased infections emphasized the need to uncover the impacts of obesity on immune cells, such as neutrophils. Commenting on the study in an interview with AAI's News, an associate professor for the Department of Pediatrics and Molecular and Integrative Physiology at the University of Michigan Medical School, Dr. Kanakaduga Singha, who led the study, said, "We hope that by understanding how neutrophil function is altered with exposure to high-fat diets, we can take future steps to reduce function and improve patients' health outcomes." We hope this study lets investigators and clinicians know that although neutrophils may be increased in number in individuals with elevated BMI or diet-induced obesity, these neutrophils may not be functional. In the study, male mice were fed a normal diet or HFD in a model known to induce in obesity. Neutrophils were isolated from the blood and bone marrow and compared between the two diet groups. Yes, that is the blood and the bone marrow. Researchers found that HFD impaired bone marrow neutrophils' ability to store and release TNF alpha, an immune signal important of regulating inflammation. Neutrophils from HFD mice express different genes involved in fat storage and metabolism than normal diet mice. Furthermore, when neutrophils were exposed to Pseudomonas aeruginosa, a bacterium that can cause pneumonia, HFD-fed neutrophils were found to have a reduced capacity to ingest, and kill bacteria. Although these results indicate that diet-induced obesity can have a range of impacts on immune cells, affecting their ability to function properly, AIL's news revealed. Speaking further, Singer noted, "We hope to build on these findings by uncovering what is causing the impairment of neutrophils exposed to HFD." He also stated, "My team plans to conduct further studies on why these neutrophils are defective, especially in their bacterial killing function, and if these neutrophils are impaired in killing specific types of bacteria or a wide range. Hopefully, we can identify other implications of neutrophil dysfunction due to HMD, and if there are ways to improve this impaired function." With this good news we brought to you today, to the end of today's update on your health, your world. Don't forget to click on the like button, share, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, that is Diaspora Digital Media, to get the latest on health. Until I come your way, I am Nenyere Michaeline Ezine. Thanks for watching. Do have a wonderful day. Bye for now.